This is called a stoichiometry problem. It's a stoichiometry problem because stoichiometry means the calculation of chemical quantities in a chemical reaction. The calculation of quantities in a chemical reaction. I'm going to show you how to do this problem now so that you can do the lab work. You'll have Tyler or Melissa or both of them helping you a little later, a little more in depth with stoichiometry. Now, this problem is a stoichiometry problem because you are given a chemical and you are given 0.98 grams of that chemical, but the question is asking for how many grams of some totally different chemical you're going to need. So you start with one chemical and you're asked about the quantity of a different chemical. That means a chemical change must have happened. So you're going to need a balanced chemical equation. That's the first thing you need. In a stoichiometry problem, the first thing you need is a balanced chemical equation. So let's see, got some copper 2 chloride dihydrate. All right. And it says that I'm reacting with magnesium metal. So this is the copper salt. And I need a magnesium metal, right? So, magnesium metal, right? So I'm going to react to form something. Now, first thing here is the water, as you know from the lab, is going to leave. So the water is not going to be involved in the chemical reaction. So let me rewrite this chemical equation without the water just to make it a little easier. So I'm using this, and I'm going to get something. So what could I possibly get? See, there's no information here as to what the products are. You need to figure it out for yourself. So let's see what we got here. We've got copper chloride, an ionic compound, and we've got magnesium, a pure compound, a pure element. What kind of reaction does a pure element do with an ionic compound? That's right, it's a single replacement reaction or single displacement reaction. So this guy replaces the copper, so you get magnesium chloride, just as you did in the lab, and then what is left over here? Well, I've got the Mg, I've got the Cl, so I just need the Cu. The Cu is left over here. That's the that's pure. That's the that's the product. Right now let me balance the equation here. It's already balanced. So now that it's balanced, I can start the calculations. It says that I've got 0.98 grams of copper of the copper salt, which is copper 2 chloride. So how many grams of magnesium metal will react with all of it? All right. So how many grams of this will react with 0.98 grams of this? Well, let's see. I'm starting with 0.98 grams of copper 2 chloride, but remember, I'm using the dihydrate form, the hydrate. Okay, so I'm starting with 0.98 grams of this, right? And the number of moles of that is given right here, 170.48256. 170, why do I need a number of moles? 28256 grams in 1 mole of CuCl2. All right, why do I need the moles here? It's because I'm about to use this chemical equation, all right? But the chemical equation is not written in grams. If you have 1 mole of this, you're going to need 1 mole of this. If you have 2 moles of this, you're going to need 2 moles of this. Whatever moles of this you have, it's the same number of moles of this that you're going to need. But it's not grams. You cannot say 0.98 grams of this is going to require 0.98 grams of this. No, because chemical equation is written in moles or molecules or particles. One of these requires 1 of these. It's not 1 gram of these requires 1 gram of these. That's not what it is. 1 mole of these requires 1 mole of these. 1 dozen of these requires 1 dozen of these. 1 pair of these requires 1 pair of these. It's numbers of molecules or particles or atoms or compounds. It's not grams. It's not masses, right? So that's why we need to convert to moles. So grams of this cancels with grams of this. That's good. And now I have moles of copper 2 chloride dihydrate. But I don't want moles of copper 2 chloride. So I look on the chemical equation and I see that this is really a 1. This is really a 1. These are all 1s, right? So 1 mole of copper 2 chloride dihydrate requires 1 mole of magnesium, right? 1 mole to 1 mole, all right. So the 1 mole of copper 2 chloride dihydrate cancels out. Now I have 1 mole of magnesium. All the units are canceled out except for moles of magnesium. Is that what I want? It says how many grams of magnesium. Okay, so let me convert this magnesium to grams. So 1 mole of magnesium is, it says 24.305. 24.305 grams of magnesium. All right. So 1 mole of magnesium cancels with 1 mole of magnesium. So let's see what my answer is going to be. On the calculator, I go 0.98 times 24.305 divided by 170.48256 equals 0.14. So my answer here is I'm going to need 0.14 grams of magnesium. So I type my answer in here, 0.14, all right? And that's it. That's the answer. So when you do this problem, folks, you will be calculating the number of grams of magnesium that you would need to react with all of your copper 2 chloride dihydrate. You're going to predict how much of this you need to react with all of your starting material. That's a prediction. You already have the knowledge to write a chemical equation and now calculate as a prediction how much stuff you're going to need. You know, using this same technique, you can calculate how much of this product you're going to make, how much of this product you're going to make. You can calculate the quantity of anything in this chemical equation just by starting with one thing. Very cool there, right?